It is crunch time for the Minnesota Vikings. They're sitting at 3-4 on the season. And if they go to 3-5, let's put it this way, you can probably kiss the playoffs goodbye. It's going to be an incredibly difficult road to get there. And it's going to be tough enough at 4-4. You have 2 games against the Packers. You have another game against the Lions, the Baltimore Ravens, the Washington Commanders, the Dallas Cowboys. It does not get any easier from here. And when you're the Minnesota Vikings, you have to figure out a way to win those football games. And it starts on Sunday against the Detroit Lions. And the number one way to win football games is lean on your stars. And that's what I'm doing with my Underdog Fantasy plays this week. And it starts with Justin Jefferson, where I'm going higher on 73.5 receiving yards. I'd be willing to go all the way up to 85 receiving yards. Why? Justin Jefferson is going to go up against a weaker secondary. No Kirby Joseph. Amik Robertson is not going to have the same kind of impact that he did last go around because they're not going to have as good of horses to be able to run that kind of shell coverage where they always had a safety over the top helping him out. Plus, Jefferson in 6 of his last 8 games against the Lions has gone over 100 yards. And the last one, he still hit 64, which was really close to that 73.5 number. I believe Jefferson's going to be able to get the ball. They're going to get it to him in a lot of advantageous situations. The other play I really like is Jahmyr Gibbs, higher than 75.5 rushing yards. Look, the Vikings have been really tough against the run. And by tough, I mean bad. They did do a really good job against the Philadelphia Eagles, but they sold out to stop Saquon Barkley until Jalen Hurts beat us because you've been so inconsistent this year. We don't know if you can do it. Well, then he did. And he had perfect passer ratings against both Isaiah Rodgers and Byron Murphy Jr. When you take a look at what the Detroit Lions are going to offer, they have a very stout running game with really cool play designs from offensive coordinator John Morton and offensive line coach Hank Fraley. But the one thing that they can't do is just say, hey, Jared Goff, come beat us, because he's done such a great job against Brian Flores, finding guys like Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown in soft zones over the middle of the field, which has been a devastating area for this Minnesota Vikings defense. They're going to have to find a way to balance stopping both the pass and the run, and it starts by getting pressure and getting pressure quickly on Jared Goff, because even though he can carve up the blitz, he has, from that 2024 campaign, a almost 50-point drop in passer rating from not blitzed to blitz. That's a big difference. And let me tell you, even if you blitz and he beats you sometimes, you're going to get yours. And those couple interceptions that they got in that final game of the year last year, that could have been the difference, but they couldn't capitalize. This year, I think they might be able to. We'll see how J.J. McCarthy does, because he's never lost a football game in the state of Michigan before. Remember, promo code ATOZ on Underdog Fantasy, and on your first $5 play, get $100 in bonus credits.